Hello everyone, this is Jeannie Ellis, also known as Scrapbooking Mama. Today I want to share with you a project that I'm doing today for Crafters Castle as one of the design team members there. And for this month, for our challenges, we have a sponsor, Vectoria Designs. Vectoria Designs is going to be giving away a $30 gift certificate to the winner of our challenges. So be sure to check out in the description box all the links that I have to Vectoria's Designs, to our challenges, and to all the other design team members. Now, what I want to share with you is what I'm going to be doing. I am going to attempt to make a postcard stationery box, and I want to share with you the pieces that I'm going to be using. First of all, I'm going to be using these envelopes, and I have these are called Paris envelopes, number 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I will show you how I cut them, or well, not cut them. I have my machine to cut them, but I will share with you how to fold them. I'll show you one of these to fold, and the rest of them that I will already have folded. And also, I am using these postcards. They're called Paris postcards. I've already cut out 4. I'm making a set of 8. And here's some papers from Victoria. This one is called Shabby Wallpaper Flowers number 3. And this one is Shabby Wallpapers. I can't even say it. Shabby Wallpaper Papers number 6. And I just love this one. I mean, it is gorgeous. So I'll be back to show you some of the pieces that I'm going to be working on as far as how to fold the envelopes and some other things. So stay tuned. Okay, I have folded up all of my envelopes, had previously cut them out, and folded all my envelopes up. As you can see here, I didn't do any ink distress on the edges because I'm wanting to do another technique. Hopefully it'll work. But I saved one envelope to fold so you could see how I do it. And the simplest way for me to do it is to take it, once it's cut out, to take it and line up this edge of this corner and this corner. And as you can see, I have a line here to help me see if I get the right one. If I don't, I might go off angled and then try to fold it, and then it's going to be all sloppy and in the wrong spot. So for me, taking the little black marker and putting it through the 3-inch mark, you don't have to do 3-inch mark, but that's what I chose to do. And that way I can line it up from this corner to this corner. So I turn it over. I don't do it this way. I've done it this way, but it makes it a little harder when you want to go to your fold because the fold goes inward. And I mean, you can do it. It's just that for me, it's just easier to do it this way. So I start from corner to corner, and this time I'm starting at the top. That doesn't mean I always start at the top, but you can start anywhere as long as you get in the right spot, from corner to corner. Now, if you have a little edge here that's kind of torn, that's not going to be anything to worry about. So just go corner to corner again. It's not going to be seen, so. Now, you don't have to have, I know for postcards, you don't have to have envelopes, but these are kind of special postcards. So I wanted them to make sure they were preserved. If I mail them, I want to make sure they're preserved when they get to whoever I want to send them to. And I'll show you the postcards once I've already cut them out, when I'll show them to you. So I'm going to fold this one inward. And you can fold, you don't have to, if you don't have a scoreboard, you don't have to do it this way. You can just take it and just fold it over and then use something to get it down tight, like a bone folder if you have one. And I usually go ahead and do this one first before I do the side ones. It doesn't matter, it's just the way I do it. So I go ahead and fold them all up And the first one that I taped down, I taped from here to here on both sides, and then when I went over, some of the tape was here. So for me, and I would recommend, is to put your tape, HTG tape, liquid glue, whatever you want to hold it down, to adhere it, and then just fold it upward, and you're done. So now I have 8 cards with 8 postcards. So for now, I'm going to set those aside so I can show you what I did, and I'm going to put this up. I love this miniature scoreboard. It's been a lifesaver. Okay, that's put up, and here are my postcards. Now, I want to share with you what I did. I distressed these on the edge, and I'm getting some light from the window here, but on the edge, you can see there that I've done some distressing with my distress tool. This is the one that I use right here, and it's from Prima. And I just took the cards along this edge here and distressed on these edges. Now, I'll tell you a little secret. Sometimes you do these things, you cut them out, and you're doing just fine, but for whatever reason, maybe your trimmer, if for some reason just hit wrong and it tears whatever project. And I thought, oh no, I've ruined it. Well, then I got thinking, well, why can't I just take my distress tool and give each of these cards a distress look to them? And I really like how they came out. I mean, I think they're, gives it more of that Parisian look to it, the age to it. I think it just, it added to it. So now I've got all my postcards ready to go. I have also cut out all my papers, but I'm going to work on these last because they're going to go on the box. And I want to tell you also that I didn't use heavy cardstock, but I did use cardstock for the papers themselves, because to me, papers aren't going to be that heavy. But for my postcards, I did use heavier cardstock in my envelopes, so give more stability to it. So now I'm going to take an envelope, and I have to be careful because I'm going to be distressing these with let's see, the Distress Oxide picked raspberry rather. I'm going to experiment, and first of all, I'm going to go ahead and do this side of it. And I am going to take, and I'm trying to decide which I want. I've got a choice here. I've got more, but this is the one I'm thinking of doing first. This one's a floral Tim Holtz, and this one's not even out of the package yet. I bought it the other day, and it's also Tim Holtz, and it's a splatter, which I kind of like those splattered looks. I'm not sure if I want to put it on this or not. If I do splatter, I probably will use a darker ink, kind of like a brown tone maybe, like this walnut stain. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do with that, because I'm liking that. And I'm going to get my dauber out, if I turn the case upright. And this is walnut stain. So I kind of mark them here. I'm going to do labels and put on here. But I keep my little daubers in this little case. And it just seems to be really handy for me. So set that aside. Put this over here. I guess I should take it out of the packaging. Okay, so I'm going to take that package and put it away. And I really like that splatter there. So I'm going to take it. I won't get my head in the way. Let's see. If I get any of this in there too, it's not going to hurt anything. But what I like about this idea is that it could give it more of a, like it's been through the mill. I mean, that paper got wet or got stained with something. And I'm going to put that up there like that if I want. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. And let's just see. Now, this is going to be an experiment for me and for you, but I want to see what it looks like. And the thing about digital papers and you can reprint if you make a mistake. You can just do it over, print it out, and then recut. So it's not really a big deal. So I'm going to take my dauber. Actually, I want to take some washi tape. Let me get some washi tape out. I knew I was forgetting something. Let's see. I always forget which drawer the washi tape is in. That's another thing I'm going to label. Okay, now this is like a movie theater film strip washi tape I've had for a long time. I'm going to take my washi tape so I can hold this down. And this way it will even help me not get where I don't want that ink to go. So let's take this. Go ahead and take my dauber. And I'm going to kind of dab it. I'm not going to swirl it or anything yet because it may go underneath a spot of the, underneath the stencil rather than in the open spots of the stencil. So I'm just going to do it this way for now. Let's do the big reveal here. And oh my goodness, I love it. It came out so well. I love this. I am very happy with this. It came out exactly as I was hoping it would do. And the thing of it is, I didn't intend to do this. I got dark edges here and lighter edges here, but that's fine. I mean, it looks more realistic to me then. So this is like really awesome. I'm glad I did it. So let's work on some others then. Let me see. That one was the Eiffel Tower. So we're going to do an Eiffel Tower again on the back. And I may even put some on the front of this one. Let's just do that. Let's see. Now, since it's on the front, and this is going to be in the mail, we've got to be a little more careful. But you know, this way, it looks like it was, man, it got damaged, but I'm going to use it anyway, kind of thing. So let's see what this does. I like this here. It looks like a glass. Somebody set a glass on it. Okay, now I am going to save the Eiffel Tower envelopes to do basically the same thing. Maybe, of course, it's going to look a little different. But now I'm going to take, let me see. Okay, I'm going to take the one with the corset. Put the flap inside again. It doesn't have to, that's just the way I want to do it. I've got the flap inside, and I am going to take, let's see, that's got some on it. I need to clean that off. What I do with it? You gotta be careful where I lay this white, because I don't want to mess up my papers I've got. Okay, now let's see. Do I want that on there? Okay, so I'm going to leave it like that because see, it's dark here. I don't know if you can, okay, there we go. You can see it's darker here, but then over this way, it gets a little lighter to fade off. And if I wanted to, I could swirl some of the pink in here. I'm going to try that. This may not be what I should do, but I'm going to try it anyway. Let me take this so it doesn't get onto the other part. And just kind of, whoops, helps to do it right. Okay, whatever you don't want to have that ink on, you need to make sure you do that. So I'm just going to take it and kind of go off from the edge and then start here. I'm not going to start right on the envelope itself. I'm going to go off from the edge and take this down too, so I don't get off on that piece there. So I hope you like that. I actually like the splatter better. Oops, wrong one. I actually like the splatter better. Let me get my glasses on so I can see now. But the other looks fine too. So I'll be decorating all of these, and then when I get done with these, then I'll come back. But first, I want to get ready and decorate the box on the outside of it. I've got the papers cut out, so I need to work on that, and then I'll work on the envelopes instead. So I've got this box, and this is what I'm going to be using to decorate. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, I have decorated all my envelopes, and I'll show them to you in a little bit, but now I want to get to the box. The box is one that was given to me by someone. Actually, my sister had given it to me, who her daughter-in-law had given this to her. And it's a birch box, as you can see up here. But this is going to be my stationery box. And as you can see, it's got some kind of a design, a chevron design in here. I don't know yet if I'm going to cover that up, and I will decide that later. It's not necessary, but if I want it to look cohesive with the rest of it, I probably will. I've got a sheet left, and I can print more if I need to. So I've got my piece of paper here. This was a 5 1/8 by 7 1/4, and these are one for the bottom. Here's 1 3/4 by, let's see, I have it written down somewhere now. I can't remember where I wrote it down at. But anyway, they're all measured to the side of the edges, and for the top and the bottom. And as you can see, the bottom's a wider piece. So what I'm going to do first is put the paper on the top, and then the edges. Now, a person could use liquid glue if they want to, or you can use just, any kind of tape runner, which is what I'm going to use because, to me, that way the glue won't, bubble up in here, because sometimes I forget to check that and roll it out. And I did not put distress ink on the edges. As you can see, I did a splatter, like a watermark from a glass that had been sitting on there. I did that. I had put a fired brick on there, and then I put the walnut stain on top of that to darken it up a little bit. So I could have used some pink on there if I wanted to, but I decided not to. Which reminds me, let's see if I can find them now. I did also, with the clover, or the feathers, I had used a lucky clover for the feathers, but it was too bright, so then I just put on top of that the walnut stain, which you want to put the lighter stain on first, distress ink on first, so that way you don't get the dark stain into your light stain. So I did the light first, and then I took my other dauber that goes with my walnut stain and put on top of that. So that's what I did on that. So now I'm just going to go ahead and put the paper on with my ATG. Okay, now my box is all decorated. And as far as the paper goes, I have all my cards done. And what I am going to do next is just kind of put everything together and then probably embellish some of the top. So I'll be back for that. Stay tuned. So there you see I've got all the sides decorated or papered, not decorated. And then I'll take this off, and it is a tight fit, which is good because once you open and shut it several times, it's going to loosen up. Now, as you can see, my cards and my envelopes are a little bit small for the box itself, but that's okay because the person that I'm going to gift it to is going to have a lot of little different items in here too that I will also be gifting her with. So it's not just a stationary postcard box, it's also a box with gifts in it too. So here I went ahead for the postcards. I went ahead and put a ribbon around it, just a pink ribbon. She loves pink. So this is going to go inside the box wrapped like that. And also the cards. Now the cards I kind of double wrapped because they were thicker and easier to get hung up because of the flaps, where these didn't have any flaps on it. So that's how that is. And you'll see the inside of the box. I have it papered inside and on the edges and on the bottom. And also I have decorated on the top too. And see this, where this is folded here? What that means is that I didn't get my adhesive there. So all I need to do is put some liquid glue on that part there to get it to stay. So this is all papered now. And the last thing that I'm going to have to do is, aside from getting all my other items in here to gift to her, I'm going to be decorating the outside of the box on the very top. Maybe some on the edge too, on the top edge, but more than likely it'll just be the top of the box. So there you have it. At the end of the video, I will post pictures of the finished decorated box. I'll see you in a little bit.